Welcome back to another episode of India Roundup. I am Paloma Quadras with the top business news making headlines this week. Hinduja brothers fight over letter dividing $11 billion fortune. A letter signed by the four Hinduja brothers is at the center of a legal dispute over the future of the family's $11.2 billion fortune. The 2014 document says that the assets held by one brother belong to all, and that each man will appoint the others as their executors. But now, Sri Chand Hinduja, the patriarch of the family, and his daughter Vinu want the letter declared worthless. Sri Chand and Vinu want the court to rule that the letter should have no legal effect and cannot be used as a will, the judge said. She said that Sri Chand had insisted as early as 2016 that the letter does not reflect his wishes and that the family's assets should be separated. Taiwan's Foxconn eyes further Indian investment, sees bright outlook here. Taiwan's Foxconn is planning further investment in India and may announce details in the next few months, its chairman said on Tuesday. Foxconn already makes smartphones in India for Apple Inc. and Xiaomi Corp., though in March it has suspended production due to the novel coronavirus outbreak. Chairman Liu Yang-wei told Foxconn's annual general meeting that looking ahead, India was a bright spot for development, even though there is a certain impact at present due to the virus. Foxconn's January to March profit dropped to its lowest in decades after the outbreak forced the firm to suspend its manufacturing in China and knocked demand from customers, including Apple. Foxconn is seeking to make up virus-related loss at its China plants with resources from customers' local governments. Foxconn is seeking to make up virus-related losses at its China plants with resources from customers and local government. Liu did not elaborate but said that such activity would take place gradually over several quarters. Fulfilled my promise, Reliance Industries Limited is net debt-free before the schedule, says Mukesh Ambani. Investments by global technology investors and a rights issue has made Reliance Industries Limited a net debt-free company. RIL has raised over rupees 168 crore in just 58 days. The company's net debt was rupees 161,000 crore as on March 31st, 2020. In a statement, RIL chairman Mukesh Ambani said that he has fulfilled his promise to the shareholders by making Reliance net debt-free much before the original schedule of March 31st, 2021. As per the statement, Jio Platforms has announced investments of over rupees 115 crore by leading global investors. Besides, it's raised over 53,000 crore via a rights issue. Government considers customs duty hike on products amid standoff with China. A source has said the government is considering hiking customs duty on a number of products imported mainly from China amid the ongoing border tensions. Although nothing has been finalized as yet, the focus would be on cutting down import of non-essential items. Discussion is on over-hiking duties on goods imported mainly from China, the source said. About 14% of India's total imports are from China. Between April 2019 to February 2020, India has imported goods worth $62.4 billion, while exports to the neighboring countries stood at $15.5 billion. India has time and again raised concerns over widening trade deficit with China, which stood at about $47 billion during April 2019 to February 2020. India's stocks swing as investors weigh rising virus cases and China clash. India's stocks rose as investors looked beyond the surge in new coronavirus cases and political tensions with China. The S&P BSE Sensex climbed 2.1% in Mumbai after falling as much as 0.4% earlier in the session. The NSCE Nifty 50 index climbed by a similar scale. HDFC Bank Limited provided the biggest boost to both gauges. The nation's stocks got a boost in the afternoon after news that a Chinese virus expert said the fresh Beijing outbreak has been contained. Fitch Ratings moved the nation's outlook to negative, citing in a statement the weakened economic growth outlook and a high public debt burden.
When business is on your mind, you are on our mind. Sarovar Hotels and Resorts.
Indian smartphone makers feel anti-Chinese sentiments unlikely to work in their favor. Indian smartphone makers are not too hopeful over prospects reversing in their fortune due to the current anti-Chinese sentiments triggered by the tension at the Sino-India border. There have been calls for the boycott of Chinese products from numerous quarters following the Ladakh clash that left 20 Indian Army personnel dead. Most Indian smartphone makers were downgraded following the entry of Chinese companies in the last few years, while others turned into OEM suppliers for the overseas firms, industry experts have said. That's all from me today. Thanks for joining me. Do like and subscribe to India Roundup, and take care.